Welcome one and all to the Wednesday Gold and Blue Lunch Report. Our producers, they are stubbornly holding fast to the giant cancer-causing weenie logo despite outcries from myself and the World Health Organization. Now the poor health of the West Virginia secondary, it's forcing some reorganization on the coach's part. Cornerback Terrell Chestnut looks like a long shot to play Thursday night against TCU. His left shoulder remains tender, an injury he aggravated against Baylor and one that has limited him from hitting at practice. Normally Chestnut's role would fall to senior Rick Rumph, but he is coping with the death of his grandmother. And defensive coordinator Tony Gibson talks as if there are no expectations for Rumph to be available this week.
Death in the family. Don't know. Don't think he's going to be available Thursday, so we'll have to wait and see.
While Rasul Douglas and Nana Kyram are expected to rotate at the cornerback spot opposite Darryl Worley, the ripple effect of Rumph's absence forces shuffling in the nickel package. Expect to see more of Jeremy Tyler in those situations, and he also could spell strong safety Jared Harper, who was already pressed into action by the season-ending injury to Carl Joseph. West Virginia's deep secondary suddenly looks paper thin, and Tony Gibson said that, quote, "We're an injury away from not being able to do anything on third down." But don't complain to TCU about injuries. The Frogs have used 20 starters on defense this season, yet they're 7-0. That secondary has become an amoeba-like rotation of inexperienced players. And West Virginia, it will counter with its own set of freshman receivers. Javon Durant was the toast of September, but now it's David Sills, who's top of mind and atop the depth chart. Lonnie Galloway discussing Sills' transition from redshirt quarterback to starting wideout.
Just knowing him and his work ethic and his family, he's groomed to be a quarterback. But then you will see him down on the scout team and making catches and stuff that, good wide receivers do without any teaching. So, he wanted to do it. We wanted him to do it. And, the touchdown he caught was it was a difficult catch. He caught it over his shoulder and did the things that, like he's been there forever. So we'll see. Obviously he's got stuff that he needs to work on like they all do.
And that segues into today's question from an emailer. Chris in Charleston asked, by using Sills and William Crest at other positions, is West Virginia hurting its chances with future quarterback recruits? Good question, Chris, and there are a couple of angles to this. I don't think it diminishes the staff's integrity because West Virginia didn't hoodwink Crest or Sills with false promises of playing quarterback before shuffling them to other positions. Their position changes simply evolved naturally and unexpectedly, and it's hardly a bad thing to reallocate a player's talents when he can't start at quarterback. Now, where this might potentially hurt West Virginia as far as negative recruiting goes is if opposing coaches start saying, hey, Dana Holgorsen hasn't signed and developed a quality quarterback in Morgantown. Remember that he inherited Geno Smith, and there's a lot of water under the bridge between Holgorsen and those productive passing attacks at Texas Tech and Houston and Oklahoma State. It's way too soon to write off Crest and Sills as future QBs, but we're seeing strong indications that their legacies might be fulfilled at other positions. I think it's a strong possibility that West Virginia's starting quarterback for 2017 isn't currently on the roster. Now, our game day roster is prepping for Thursday's 9-hour show. We go live at 4:30 p.m., carry you through the game at TCU, and then, even on a school night, we'll stay up late to hear your thoughts about the Mountaineers. For the Gold and Blue Lunch Report, I'm Allan Taylor. Take care, everybody.